Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nick here. I apologise for any noise from outside. I have my window open. The other two are not quite open, but they're ready to be opened once this is finished. And I've also got the door open, so any noises from out there. And look at my nice new TARDIS duvet set that I got for my birthday. How long ago was that? That was Monday the 11th today, at time of recording. 4/28. 3 weeks ago. Wow. I'm officially 19 and 3 weeks. 19 years, 3 weeks old at time recording. And today I will be reviewing 2 steelbooks. This video will be the first one and then we'll have the second one just afterwards. And we are reviewing Alien vs Predator and Alien vs Predator Requiem. We are starting with Alien vs Predator. Oh, sorry, I should say Aliens vs Predator Requiem for the next one, not Alien. Sorry. Although technically both films have aliens, as opposed to just one. Mind you, there isn't very few predators in the first one. There's a couple, but not many. The second one definitely has one for the most parts. Okay, we'll start off with the first one. So, having a look here. It's got the nice logo in the middle, although it's a shame we don't have it on the bottom. The other one has the title on the bottom, on the cardboard sleeve, as opposed to on the picture. Also, the front has a pretty nice image of a predator. And on the back, we flip it over to an alien. And you got the title on the back as well, but this one it's kind of ridged in, I suppose. And you got kind of a square bit around here. And then on the back it's just a picture, it's just printed on. This steelbook came out in 2014, but according to the disc is from a 2007 release. Yeah, 2007. And there's the disc, so they haven't really updated the set like they would with the Alien discs. Well, I think certainly in 2012, the Alien films came to Blu-ray certainly, and then I think they might have gone their own 4-film release, and then the 5-film release with Prometheus, and then 2017 the 6-film release with Covenant. And possibly could be the same with the Predator films 1 and 2. I don't know if they had their own individual releases. Yeah, actually, yeah, the first one does. I'm not sure about the second, but they're definitely in the 3-film box set with Predators, and I'm hoping that there will be a 4-film box set once The Predator has come out on Blu-ray and DVD. Hoping to get Blu-ray as I have with this Requiem and the Aliens films. I might do an Alien 6-film box set review at some point, maybe. Might do that later, actually. But we're focusing on these 2 steelbooks for now. So, the alternative to getting the 1, 2, 3 box set, the Predator 4-film box set, is to get the 3-film box set, and then get the 4th one on its own. If there's a steelbook, then that would be really great. But I'd rather try to get the 4-film box set, similar to with the Alien ones. I got the 6-film one as opposed to getting the 5 one and then Covenant on its own. Then again, I don't think I was a huge worrying about getting Covenant anyway until I saw the first 2 Alien films, and then I saw that the box set was available at CEX, which is where this was as well. As well as a couple of Covenants. Also, inside picture is a scene from the film with the Predator and the Alien getting it on with each other, as you can clearly see. And the disc is, I think that's an Alien. Not really able to tell properly what this disc is. Also, this is the first of the Alien and Predator films to be rated 15, not 18. In the UK, at least, maybe Resurrection was a 15. The theatrical cut was a 15, but definitely the maybe the extended edition was an 18. Certainly the first 4 Alien films in one of the two versions, director/extended edition versions, or the theatrical cuts. Certainly at least two versions are, at least one of the two versions, if not both of two versions, are rated 18 for each film. Both the first two Predator films are rated 18s, and then from this one onwards you've got 15 rated films, although Ireland rated Alien vs Predator Requiem 18. But apart from that, well, in Ireland, this one's a 15, and then all of them from Prometheus. And for the UK, all of them from Requiem are 15s. So, and in this one's case, in fact, I think I had heard a rumour that this was almost a 12, or was going to be re-rated 12. And I could see why. The back of the thing has a bit of the picture of the alien, and it tells us about the film. It's got the logo, some details, and the stuff on the back. Just isn't the most interesting looking steelbook. It's nice to have it though. It's really nice. And it's, in fact, come 2014, it's actually commendable that they went to the efforts to actually make steelbooks for both these films, considering they're not exactly popular, but maybe not many people will probably be that interested to watch them outside of enjoying the other films, but the other Alien and Predator films. But maybe as it was the 10th anniversary for this film's release, that they decided to release steelbooks for them, but not give them a completely brand new look on the discs. The discs have the 2007 releases of the Blu-ray, basically, as I said. So not really much. Also, this one's got a extended edition release, which I have to check out. I might mention that in my Aliens Blu-ray review. In fact, I'll do that after I see the Alien Director's Cut and the extended editions of the other three, and then watch this and give my thoughts on that compared to the theatrical cut. For this one, the other one doesn't have an extended edition, not on the option, nor do the two prequel Alien films. I don't know about the other Predator films. I wouldn't be surprised, but I also probably doubt it. So, that's really all it for this steelbook. This is actually the one I can talk about the least, about the actual steelbook itself. There isn't really that much. As I mentioned, I got this at CX in Bishop Stortford with the Alien 6 film set, and I didn't watch it straight away. Same for the other ones. I watched the Alien films in March, with the last one in April, but then that was a rewatch of a film. 1 and 2 were rewatches. I think 2, when I first saw it, recorded from film 4 in November. The first one was in October, but I saw it in November last year. The second one, I think, was the extended one edition, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. And I saw the theatrical cut on the Blu-ray. Whilst one, it was the original theatrical cut on the telly and on the Blu-ray, so I'll give the director's cut a watch. And the extended editions of 3 and 4 are to be seen. And I rewatched Covenant in April on the Blu-ray. As you're probably aware, I have reviewed the film already. I've reviewed Covenant, so check out my full details on that. I did that after seeing it in May last year. And it's also on my film ranking, overall film ranking. I didn't see this one until 3 weeks ago. Well, Wednesday 3 weeks ago. So 2 days after my birthday, because Requiem was put on the list for a birthday present. Back in January, I asked it to be a birthday present, so because I wanted to get a steelbook like this one, and I wanted it was still on Amazon. It's still it was quite a bit of money, but as it was going to be a birthday present and it was back in January, yeah, it was okay. So that was ordered, and I got it for my birthday. Yay! So, I'll tell you about that one in a minute. Well, not a minute, in a bit. So, once I did get that, then I watched the two films, this one first, then the other one, obviously. And, oh, I love how this is engraved in as well. I'll quickly, briefly talk about the film. The film is about a couple of explorers that go to the to Antarctica, not quite the South Pole, but to Antarctica to investigate a pyramid that may have inspired the previous, inspired the Egyptians, the Mayans, and people out in the southeast in Asia, the Malaysians? Yeah, Malaysians, or the Philippines. I think it was the Malaysians. Or Indonesia. So, they go and have a look and see what it is. It turns out to be an alien pyramid. And, some of them they become aliens, or have aliens burst out of their chests, or they're eaten, apart from one who survives, obviously, and it's also a woman, so keeping the alien tradition of a strong female character. She's helped by a predator. You know, if the Italian guy had gotten out alive, we could have had both trademark franchises' notable heroes, strong, independent female character, and your usual male character. But to be honest, the latter is a bit of a stereotypical thing, and they seem to be doing that with the the Predator films anyway. Aliens seem to be sticking to its strong female leads, which is always a good thing. I will say this, with the Predator ones, they do have a black one as the main character of the second film, played brilliantly by Danny Glover, so that's always a good thing as well, having diversity. Plus, Schwarzenegger's not American, so having a non-American actor in the lead in the first film was also a good thing. But more on that will come the 4-film box set, hopefully. What surprised me about this film is that Lance Henske, is it? Yeah, Lance Henske from the second and third Alien films reprises his role as Bishop in this film. Although apparently he's now Mr. Wayland here. Which kind of contradicts with what Prometheus was trying to do just under 10 years later. But looks like we've got two sides of the story now, but then again I think they tried to forget about these films after they came out, considering it was these films that put hold to any future Alien and Predator films anyway, well, any solo ones. And then afterwards they're like, actually let's move on, let's move away from, let's not do a third one, let's move away, let's do more Predator sequels and more Alien prequels. And excuse me, which also probably explains why he planned Alien 5 isn't happening, because of the prequels. To be honest, I would be interested in seeing how that new Alien 5 would turn out, along with a AVP3. There is a big, giant, whopping problem with this movie, and it doesn't really feel like an Alien or Predator film. Both the previous 6 Alien and Predator films had been ultra-violent, or scary at least. This one didn't. Because they tried to make it PG-13 in the US, it toned it down, because the other 6 films would be rated R, as would probably the following 3 films, maybe Predator 2, the Predator as well, hopefully. But because they tried to make this PG-13, which they did, it didn't work. It's the same with the Die Hard films, and also, in a way, Terminator. It doesn't quite work as well, because the addition of the adult content that made the films R, and in the UK's case, 18 or 15, or in Terminator 3's case, a very high 12, that kind of gave it a bit of an edge. in a way, and it made the adult content made it better. If they do make a Lethal Weapon 5, please keep that rated R. Same with Die Hard 6 and the upcoming Predator sequel, The Predator. Let's just call it Predator 4. It's gonna get confusing. So hopefully those will be rated R. Predator 4 and Die Hard 6 when it comes around, and also if they do decide to make a Lethal Weapon 5. Thankfully, all 4 of those ones are rated R/15. With the original, the first 2 originally being 18, but now 15s, which is absolutely fine. So with this one, because there's a couple of uses of strong language, but not much, and the violence is moderate, not strong. Yeah, it just barely scratches the 15 rating, to be honest. In my opinion, it just barely scratches the 15. I mean, tone it down even less, and it probably would be a 12. And it is pretty much. It isn't that interesting either. The story isn't that great. Maybe if it was a bit more adult content, maybe if it was a bit more scary, more violent, a bit more like the previous 6 films, maybe then it would have been a bit more interesting. The characters aren't also that interesting either. And you don't really get much development for them, to be honest. I think the guy who gets the most development is the Scottish guy. No, he doesn't get the most development. He's the likeable one who you try to put some character development in, but then you, shocker, I guess, not really, kill him off. Wow. I mean, just what a shocker. Did not see that coming. In the end, this film, whilst it delivers on some really good Alien vs Predator fights, and a brand new, a really good backstory, and although it's a human who explains it, and that's from what he deciphers from some what appears to be hieroglyphs or something. But yeah, the history and the backstory are great. Again, the Alien prequel films are probably going to contradict this. The fights are very good between the aliens and predators, but as a story, besides the backstory stuff and the actual fights, it's not that brilliant, and we spend way too much time with the human characters on their own. At the start, it's not too much, but middle and towards the end, apart from the one who's hanging around with the predator, it's not necessary. So, yeah, it's alright. So, rounding up the scores, Alien vs Predator. I think I'd have to give this a 6. What did I give it on my IMDb? Might be 7. Let's do packaging at the moment. The packaging looks lovely, although there isn't that much. There isn't a huge amount of content inside besides the disc. And the content itself, I have to, like I said, I have to give the extended edition a watch. But besides that, I didn't really watch any of the extras. Is there actually any extras on here? I'm not sure. So I'm just going to do film and packaging. Versus Predator. Yes, I gave it a 6 out of 10. This one isn't that interesting. If it was more bloody and violent, I think it might have been a 7. It could have been a 7 or an 8. But this is just not a very interesting film. Well, apart from the Alien and Predator backstory stuff and the fights. In fact, whenever the aliens and predators are on screen, that's always good stuff. But yeah, that's about it for this one. It's a 6 out of 10 for film. Packaging, I think I'd give it a 7 out of 10. So about 13 out of 20, because not really any content inside. Special features I haven't really watched, I don't think, if there is any at all. If you want to get the Alien vs Predator films, if you want to get them together, I recommend getting the 2 film sets, to be honest. But if steelbooks are your alley, then go for it. Especially if you want them separately. But if you want both of them separately on Steelbook, then yes, try and get them if you can find them. If not, well, go get that 2-film box set if you even want them at all. As I said, I think these are the ones people not really worry about, apart unless they are really interested in both film series like I was. So, yeah, tune in into my next review for what I think of Requiem. Spoiler alert, I think Requiem's better, and I will give you my ranking of all of the Alien vs Predator, and Predator films minus The Predators, so it'll be 10 out of 11 films. Hopefully I'll be able to see Predators before The Predator comes out, otherwise I'll have to watch it when I get the Blu-ray, or the DVD box set, hopefully Blu-ray. And then a proper ranking will be coming for that. Anyway, thank you for watching, I'll see you guys next time. And I hope... What the fuck was that? Sorry about that. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Nicholas Payne YouTube channel.